Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a warrior speed build at 190% extra speed. Uh, so I decided to make this because I'm done with kinda playing slow, running, clearing old instances really fucking slow. And it's not really that interesting to run very slow because I like to run very fast. Okay, so I decided to level an alt warrior and make sure that he is set for this speed build basically. And it's easy, very fucking easy. I did not expect that. I got everything I wanted in a single day, and I'm gonna show you how you can do that. Okay, someone's flying above me. What the fuck? Okay, there's some guy over there. I don't know what he's doing. So I'm gonna start off by saying that the best race is Zendalari. And you might ask, why is Zendalari the best race? Well, because they have something called Embrace of the Loa. So, you know, trolls worship their Loa gods, and their gods give them blessings or embraces. And when you embrace the perfect Loa, because he is the best speeder in the entire speed kingdom of running very fucking fast, is Gonk. He gives you a passive 5% increased speed. 5% increased fucking speed. That's insane. You can do it outside, and it can be used outside and indoors or inside instances, basically. And this is amazing. You know, people might say that Dark Iron is the Alliance equivalent because they have 4% instanced speed. Trolls are better because they have 5. That's one speed fucking faster. Okay? And remember, this is going 190%. Not any of those fucking lame ass bitches at 170. I'm going supersonic, you know? First of all, my level is 111 just so I can do WAD legacy fucking shit. And that's perfectly fine in my opinion. Some people might say at 110 is perfect if you don't need anything from WAD. I like 111. So let's start with the gear. So looking over, okay, as you can see, I have farmed, or not farmed, basically gathered the Great Helm of the Putrid Path, which drops from Underrot, the final boss, because it gives you an amazing stat called Longstrider. This shit I have triple of, because you get another one from the shoulder from doing the first war campaign mission, and the chest that you get from doing the Magni introduction, Chamber of the Heart quest for your necklace. All these three pieces are the only ones that you can get at level 111 from BFA that have Longstrider fucking Azurite. There is another one, another helmet, which I'm trying to go for, which is this one from collecting the scrolls, right? Because it as well gives you Longstrider and obviously gives you an amazing ability called Cold Steel Hot Blood, which you don't need. But this is as well kind of helps you because it increases your primary stats, which is your strength usually. But this is a better helmet than the one I have from Underrot, just because of that shit. But the Underrot one gives you actually this dot filthy transfusion, which kind of heals you, so it's beneficial. Obviously, you need the necklace. This necklace is important. You can level it, obviously, doing the um, daily instance, gives you 100 Azurite power, and you can obviously farm islands if you want to level it higher. Second thing is my cloak. So I got this cloak, right? You can choose any cloak, but better choose ones from Warlords of Draenor and lower, because there is this amazing enchant called something something. I can't even remember the fucking name of it. Anyways, it's an enchant that you can get. I think I actually have one in my bags. Yes, it's called Gift of Critical Strike. Right, that shows you how I'm not fucking prepared for this shit at all. So I'm using this enchant, which can only be applied for cloaks that are 151 eye level and lower, which is basically Worlds of Draenor. Worlds of Draenor cloaks are insane, but I haven't started farming them as I was doing Throne of Thunder, and I got this nice cloak with a socket that enchanted with just 5 crit, because crit is now my main stat. As you can see, it's at 54. That's why my main Longstrider is gaining the high second ratings mainly from that. And the enchant which gives me 5 crit as well and 2% speed. This wrist, you can buy it or you can have someone craft it for you from BFA. It obviously make sure that its main stat is crit, because I'm only stacking crit. This is what I'm aiming for. Now let's go to the weapons. Okay, as I continue with the armor, um, after the weapons, because the weapons are the most important thing. Obviously, you already know what you're looking at. Rune Blade of Baron Rivendare. This sword gives you a passive 10%. You might ask, why don't you have two of them? Well, the 10% doesn't stack, so you need only one of them, which is going to give you 10% passive. The other one is an item that is kind of removed from the game, right? But you can kind of replace it with any other two-hand sword that can give you crit as its main stat. And it's better that they have gem slots. If they are 200 eye level or higher, you can, if you can find groups for Legion, Raids, and Taurus, alright, and if you can find like a mythic groups for like, oh right, I forgot, Legion doesn't have weapons. That sucks. Well, boo-hoo. You can try maybe doing the Worlds of Draenor weapons for the gem slots, or if you can fight something in dungeons that might give you a two-hand weapon. Wow, okay, sucks. But I'm usually just using any weapons that has crit on it, because this is what I'm using currently. I farmed this staff, right? Or no, I didn't farm it. I mean, I was doing Ice Crown and it dropped and I kept it because it has 3 gem slots, so you can add crit to those gem slots, and you can use it because it has 16 crit, so it does help with giving you the necessary crit, which is my build is basically crit. You can go with haste, mastery, versatility doesn't fucking matter, but I prefer the crit because it's my highest. And as you can see, my weapon has 50 crit gem slots because it's over 200 eye level. Because if you look at the crit gem slots, you require only 200. It requires a 200 eye level or higher for that. So if you find any BFA weapons, right? It can be from the auction house or it can be from inside an instance. Definitely helps you with that. Gloves are normal main stat crit from the auction house as well. The belt, this is really important. It has 3 gem slots and I have 2 of them to be just extra movement speed. We have the 5% extra movement speed gem slot and 3% extra movement speed gem slot on it, which basically gives me 8% higher, more speed, and 50 crit, because I am very, very, very much in love with crit. This is all I can tell you. And this legendary is a BOE as well. You can buy it from the auction house. As you can see, I bought it for 48,000 gold. And it gives you passively 15% speed when there's no enemy within 8 yards. And 99% of the time while you're running inside instances, you don't have enemies within fucking 8 yards of you. And if they even do, they won't exist because you can just whirlwind them and they will just instantly fucking die. So, legs. I cannot find any leg plate that is better than this at the moment. This is the the heirloom leg, which gives me the highest amount of crit at the moment. So when I find another leg plate that gives me higher crit with a gem slot maybe, or any leg with crit and a gem slot, I'm still looking at the auction house for them. That's another important piece to find. Another one is the boots, the Agromar Stride. These are as well important, because this actually stacks with Longstrider, and they're both exactly the same. So, it's giving me more speed depending on my second highest stat, which is crit at the moment. So the higher the crit I have, the more speed I can run. So that's another important piece. Now coming to the most crit given items that I have at the moment are my rings. So those rings, you can buy them from the auction house, or you can find someone who can craft them for you, and they are gem slotted and they give me crit. But just remember that they are uniquely equipped, so you need to find 2 different naming rings. So I am using the Soulstone Ring of the Quickblade, and I'm using Koblin Ring of the Peerless at the moment, because I couldn't find another ring that has high crit. So I might replace this with one that might be of Quickblade, that would give me so much crit. And obviously you can enchant them and gem slot them because they're more than 200 eye level. Really fucking important. As trinkets, I'm using both heirloom trinkets because I can't find a trinket that gives me crit at the moment or hasn't dropped yet. I'm looking at trinkets from Legion at the moment to farm. But at the moment, these are the ones I'm using because they give me base crit. This is a nice trinket, especially that it can give me crit by 55 every time I pop it. So it's very, very useful to give me even higher speed. So this is my basic build up. And I forgot to say as well on the sword, I have enchanted it with an enchant called Windwalk. And Windwalk gives you 10% movement speed as well whenever it procs. So it's actually fucking crazy. Like, look at it over here. Enchant weapon Windwalk. Permanently enchant a weapon to sometimes increase your dodge by 99 and movement speed by 10%. And it only can be applied for weapons that are 136 and lower, which technically means they're fucking good, okay? And if you have another weapon, like I can put this enchant on this staff, for example, which means and they both can proc and stack over each other, so I can get 20% from just the proc of this weapon, this enchant. So yeah, like it's actually fucking amazing how you can build this. And now I'm just gonna fucking show you the speed, as you can see right on the above the map, my current speed. And look, this is just passively running 190%, and it's so much clean and fast. Like I'm gonna go do like ramparts at the moment because I'm still missing a few items from the perfect boss that doesn't just drop them. And I'll just show you how fast this shit's cleared. Oh, I forgot to actually reset the instance. Fucking amazing. But with 190%, with no procs or no buffs, this is insane. There are some consumables that you can use like Bear Tartar and wherever, but it's a waste of time to just sit down and wait until you eat something. While you can just like run and you can get your instant procs. Like I'm at the moment at 190, right? And obviously it's dropping because of the belt, because enemies are within 8 yards. But if anything I have on me procs, this keeps going up. Right, look, it's at now 191, and it can keep going higher and higher, 192. You know, and especially with the talents for warriors, 247 just sprinting past everything, just because you leaped. Because as we're clearing this, I'll show you my talent, right? 193 because I'm enraged now. As soon as it disappears, it should drop lower, but it didn't because I have a lot of fucking buffs on me from just my procs of my weapons and enchants. 193, so this is like insane. Ground movement speed, like I'm at 200 right now. Like 200 movement speed just from proccing Windwalk right here. Or oh no, that's just deviation. Alright, alright. Guess I was mistaken. But yeah, these are my talents at the moment. Just cause War Machine procs from your Whirlwind, gives you Enrage from that shit, or when you kill anything actually. This is the Whirlwind that procs Enrage, I'm sorry. Double time, charge is really important. Bounding Stride, leaping makes you run extremely fucking fast. And that's it, you don't really need any of the other talents, they're just there, but you don't need them. So, this is how I made 190% speed warrior. So if you got any questions or any ideas or tips, or you wanna provide me any hints on how to make myself run even faster, that would be fucking amazing, because it's already broken by just running at ground mount speed inside instances. So yeah, and like you can just keep walking your weapons and just keep sprinting. Like it's, I was farming Rivendell because that shit still doesn't want to drop for me. I'm like at 200 kills so far, and I started clearing strat in like 2 minutes. With all the fucking shitty crystal mechanics as well. So this is, and I hope Blizzard doesn't remove this speed by the time Shadowlands comes out, but improves it. So yeah, and you can do this in a single day as soon as you hit 111. And because you have the Heart of Azeroth that provides you a lot of stats, if you have someone to help you farm islands, it's really awesome to level it higher, which means it's going to provide more crit, which means you're going to be able to have higher base stats as well. other than that, thank you for watching, and good luck hunting.